ICT has acknowledged this insane London Killzone strategy for its amazing risk reward and insanely high win rate. The London Killzone is probably one of the best strategies you can use right now if you're trying to become a consistently profitable trader and also pass your funding challenges. In today's video, I'll be giving you guys a full guide of ICT London's Killzone, breaking the strategy, giving you guys a quick overview of the strategy, and then going in depth into each and every step so you guys can fully understand how ICT London Killzone works. Not only that, but I'll also be giving you guys a quick trade example that I took personally and made 5% on my funded account so you guys can see that the strategy actually works. Now let's get into breaking down the London Killzone strategy. The London Killzone is a time-based strategy, meaning that you can only trade it between a certain time. This doesn't mean that you can't hold your trade after the time is over, but it means you can only enter a trade during a specific time. The way the strategy works, you can see it on your screen right over here. It works with a couple steps and they are all very simple. So the first step that we look for is obviously a liquidity sweep, and in order for there to be a liquidity sweep, what we want to do is mark out our liquidity. So you can see we have a high here and we have some equal lows right here. Now once we have our liquidity sweep, which is right over here, the next thing we want to look for is a higher time frame order block or imbalance in the market. Now this is an extremely important step as the London Killzone is based off of a higher time frame order block or imbalance because it gives you a lot more confidence for your trade. You can see here we have an order block right up here. Now after price taps into your order block, the next thing that you want to look for is a market structure shift with displacement, and you want to enter off the imbalance. So right over here you can see we have our market structure shift again with displacement because it is a very strong move. After our market structure shift, we left an imbalance right over here and we will enter off the 50% or even at the start of the imbalance right over here. And for targeting, we will target equal lows or equal highs depending if we are long in the market or shorting the market. Now something that's very important to note is if you take equal highs, you're going to be looking for sells. You're going to want to look for bearish order blocks and look to short the market. If you take equal lows, you're going to look for bullish order blocks or imbalances, and you're also going to long the market. Now the times you can trade it are very straightforward. The times are 2:45 a.m. to 4:30 EST time, also known as New York time, and for London time, also known as GMT, it is 7:45 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. hence why it is called the London Killzone. Now for the pairs that you can trade it, these are the pairs that I've personally tested on. Now I know a lot of people do say different stuff like don't trade indices, trade only certain pairs, but these are the pairs that I've tested on and I think it works best on. I highly recommend you do your own back testing when it comes to this, but personally I think that NASDAQ 100, SPX 500, GBP USD and Euro USD are the best possible trades you can trade the London Killzone with. Now going into the first step of the London Killzone strategy, and that is the liquidity sweep and the higher time frame imbalance / order block. You can see right over here we have some equal highs right over here. You'd mark out all the liquidity, so I'd mark out these highs right here and I'd mark out this low right over here. Okay, once we have a sweep of liquidity, being a high or low, it doesn't really matter, you then want to look for either a bullish or bearish imbalance or order block. Here you can see we have a bearish order block right over here. We mark it out and price taps into your order block. Now it's very important that you want price to tap into your order block and also respect your order block. If price doesn't respect your order block, it's very unlikely that the trade will play out from my personal backtesting. Now after we have marked out our liquidity, and then we also have the liquidity sweep, and then we also mark our order block or imbalance. You can see right here you could have marked out this imbalance too. Both are completely valid. Now something that's very important to know is you want to look for the liquidity sweep and the higher time frame imbalance / order block during the 3 to 5 minute time frame. This is what I've seen from my own personal backtesting. The 3 to 5 minute time frame works the absolute best, and I'll show you how exactly I caught a 5% trade, so 1 to 5 risk reward trade in a couple hours on my live funded account. Now the next step for the London Killzone is a market structure shift with displacement, and you also want to enter off your imbalance. So once we have our liquidity sweep and we identify if it's a buy side or sell side liquidity, we then mark our order block or imbalance. Price then respects our order block or imbalance. The next thing we want to look for is a market structure shift with displacement and also giving us an imbalance to enter off. Here you can see we have price tap into our order block, also respect the order block, and we've also taken equal highs, meaning that we want to short the market because once price takes out one side of liquidity, price wants to go out and take the other side. That's why the strategy is so effective. But again, what we want to look for is a market structure shift. You can see right over here we have a market structure shift because price closed above this point, below this point, and we also have a strong move of price, meaning that we have a displacement. Now what we want to do is we want to mark out the 50% of the imbalance. You can also enter off of it. Again, it's completely up to you and your own backtesting. I personally usually enter off of the 50%. Sometimes I enter off of the start right over here. Now, when it comes to the time frame that you want to look for entries, your market structure shift, your displacement, and also marking out the imbalance, this is on the 1 minute time frame. Don't do the 2 minute, the 3 minute, the 5 minute, the 30-second. You can do 30-second for other models like ICT Sun's model, but we're not trading ICT Sun's model, we're trading the London Killzone. And for London Killzone, I highly recommend you stick to the 1 minute time frame for entries. You can see right over here, as I said previously, you want to enter off with the 50%. Again, you can also enter off here, there's no worries. Now, when it comes to your stop loss, you want to have your stop loss right above or below the high/low. This instance, it is a high and our stop loss is above it right over here. It's really, really important you put it above or below the high/low. Again, don't put it here at the end of your imbalance. This is really, really stupid thing to do because you're not giving price enough room to play with. I'd really, really recommend you put it above the high or low right over here. Now, the next step is a very, very simple one and probably the best one because we are making money in the market, and that is target opposing liquidity. Again, as I said previously, when price takes out one side of liquidity, so these equal highs, for example, what price then wants to do is go ahead and take the other side of liquidity. This is why the strategy is so effective and why a lot of ICT strategies are very, very effective. You see right here, you could have targeted this low right here or these equal lows right here. You want to target low hanging fruit. Don't go for something crazy like a 1 to 50 risk reward trade. You want to aim for a 1 to 4 risk reward trade, 1 to 5, 1 to 6, 1 to 7. I had a trade, I think it was last week, that was a 1 to 40 risk reward trade on NAS 100, but those trades are very, very uncommon. The best thing you can do is secure your profit at a low point in the market. So basically low hanging fruit, the most recent equal lows, the most recent equal highs, depends on if you're short or long in the market. And then once you've secured 50% of your trade, for example, then you can go and target those 1 to 20 risk trades, those 1 to 30 risk trades. But yeah, this is the London Killzone strategy. It's very, very simple to do. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go on the live market and break down exactly how I caught this trade live and also show you proof that I caught the trade. But before I do that, if you're looking to get funded completely guaranteed or you don't pay us a single penny, make sure you check out the link below in the description. We will pass your funding challenge completely guaranteed, or you don't pay us a single penny. And the best part is you only pay after we pass your challenge, meaning that there is no risk that will blow your account or run away, or it might be. We will only take payment once we pass your challenge. Not only this, you get some very, very nice signals. Again, this is the signals that I called out personally. You can see I called out a 1 to 5 risk reward. That would have been 5% on your funded account if you held that trade. Not only that, you can see we have our clients getting payouts using our signals. We have clients getting funded every single time. But if you are interested in getting funded and also having some very, very nice signals, please make sure you check out the link below in the description. Alright, so I'm in the live chart. First thing I actually want to do is show you guys proof that I caught this trade, and I'm not trade picking examples from the market. As you can see right here, it should be on the screen right now. This is a screenshot of before the trade was scored and after how the trade paid out. But let's get right into the breakdown. So the first thing you want to do is mark out the times that we can actually trade a strategy, because this strategy is a time-based strategy, meaning that we can only trade it at a certain time. So if we quickly do that, that is 2:45 all the way up to 4:30 a.m. NYC time, which is UTC -4 right over here. Now, after we've marked out our time, the next thing we want to do is we want to mark out the liquidity that we can see in the market. Okay, we have these equal lows right over here. What else can I see? I can see these equal highs, which is a very, very nice point of liquidity, as you can see right here. Relatively equal highs right here. These are the main two liquidity points that I'd be looking in the market. Why? Because here you can see we have these equal lows, which is a very, very nice point of liquidity, because a lot of buyers will be involved here at this point, meaning that the stop losses will be right below here. And also this is a very nice point because we have an imbalance here and also an order block here. Now, if I quickly play the market so you can see what liquidity the market wants to take, you can see we haven't taken these equal lows. So you can see we've taken these equal highs right here. You can see it's been a clear grab of liquidity. We haven't just wicked above it. We haven't, built up on this liquidity. We've clearly taken the liquidity. And after we've taken our liquidity, let me just play this back. So we have our liquidity sweep. What we also have right here is an order block resting right over here. And not only do we have this order block, we have this imbalance here. Again, it can be an order block and an imbalance. If it's both, then it's perfect. If I play the market, you can see it's both, which is extremely perfect. Now, once we have price tap into our zone, the next thing that we want to look for, once we have the liquidity sweep and also we have price tap into our zone, the next thing that we want to look is we want to drop on the 1 minute time frame and wait for market structure. I'm gonna disable this sessions, but you guys do understand that this is the Killzone time. we're going to mark our imbalance. If I play one more time, there you go. You can see we have a market structure shift right over here. Not only this, it's with displacement because there's a strong series of candles. You can see 1, 2, 3. And we also have an imbalance right over here. Okay, it is a beautiful setup. We've had our liquidity sweep, we've come into our zone, we have an imbalance and also an order block right over here, and now we have a market structure shift. Now when it comes to the entry, you can enter off of the 50% like so, or what you can do is you can enter off of here. Again, it's completely up to you. I usually like to enter off of the 50% because it gives me a higher R trade. Again, when it comes to stop losses, stop loss needs to always be above the high/low. Never do this because you get stopped out most likely. No, you always want to make it like this because it gives your trade enough room to breathe and actually show its true direction. Now, after we've marked our entry and where we want to enter from, the next thing we want to do, let me just show you that we get tapped in. Again, let me quickly show you guys. If you were to make your stop loss here, I think it goes even more. Okay, it doesn't stop you out, but you can see how close you would have been to being stopped out in the market. Okay, you don't want to set your stop at that low. But once we've tapped in, we want to look for opposing liquidity. If I head on the 15-minute time frame, so I can find some nice opposing liquidity, you can see we have opposing liquidity right over here. Again, we are still in. One thing I want to clarify: we took the trade during London Killzone ×5. Go back quickly. You can see this is the London Killzone time. Also enable this back. We took the trade during London Killzone, as you can see right here. You can 100% hold the trade outside of London Killzone. What you don't want to do is enter the trade outside of London Killzone. Okay. Now, we marked out both sides of liquidity because it's really straightforward. Where are we going to want to target? Again, we're going to target this. Why? Because it's opposing liquidity, and we've marked this out previously, and you can see it's a beautiful opposing liquidity right over here. You can see we have our equal lows that are all stacked up against each other, and we also have this low right over here, which is an amazing trade. Either of these would have been an amazing target. So I'm going to target this liquidity like I did on my live trade. If I play the market out, you can see, bam, stop loss, take profit here literally within a couple hours. And it's as simple as that. A lot of people do overcomplicate this and make it complicated for no reason. It's literally as simple as this. If you guys have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. If you want to see a different chart layout, if you want to see a different ICT concept breakdown, whatever you want to see, please let me know in the comments below. This will be the end of the video. I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and take care.